Ho ho buddies, once Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we're playing Virtue's Last Reward episode 5. So last time we found a dead body in one of the ambidex rooms, the furthest one on the left I think. And then we voted on whether we were going to ally or betray. And if we betray and the other person allies, essentially we get some points and they lose some points, and if you end up with 0 points you die. So we decided that we were going to ally. Let's see what that gained us or lost us on Virtue's Last Reward. So Zero the Third has just said ambidex game, round 1. The results. If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor. Oh. Hang on. Who betrayed? Oh, hang on. This is us. So we got 2 points. Kay and Clover chose betray. And Dio and Quark betrayed as well. Wow. What the F, guys? Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets. Thanks, Luna. Oh no, it was nothing. You don't have to thank me. I only did what anybody else would have done. I believe in you and Phi. When Luna glanced away, I threw Phi what could only be described as a smug grin. Rather frustratingly, she didn't respond, only turned away unperturbed. I was about to press the issue when I heard Tenmyouji's voice. Quark, what happened? No, it wasn't me. Mr. Dio tricked me. He told me he'd picked ally. He promised. That's why I let him do the voting. Is this true, Dio? You serious? This kid's full of shit. What? I didn't do squat. Quark was the one who decided how we were going to vote. Oh, hang on. That's Dio that's talking. Ah, well. You want to know what he told me? You just leave the voting to me, Mr. Dio. Grandpa's going to choose ally for sure, because I'm his opponent on this one. I think we should betray. To be honest, I'm getting kind of tired of that grumpy old bastard. He's had a good life, but it's time for him to go. What do you say we leave the old fart here and leave? I've got a plan, see? Don't worry about me. I'll just tell him you tricked me. He'll believe whatever I tell him. Besides, if he still trusts me, that'll make it easier to use him again later. What do you say, Mr. Dio? Pretty good plan, huh? Alright, let's do it. You're lying! I never should have trusted you. Dio, you're a lying jerk. Sure, kid, keep whining. See if I care. Grandpa, you believe me, right? Don't let this brat fool you, old man. All of this is just part of his plan. You bastard. I'm not going to let you get away with this. That's enough, Quark. Don't lose your temper. How long have I known you? I could be deaf and blind and I'd still know if you were lying to me. Really? You're just as gullible as he said you'd be. Hook, line, and sinker. Let me give you a little warning, Tenmyouji. That little shit is a hell of an actor. I'll bet your money he's a born con man. I don't know what he is to you, but if I were you, I'd trust the kid as far as I could throw him. And at your age, that can't be much. You hearing me, old man? Keep an eye on him. It's all right. I understand. I'm so sorry. I apologize. This is very unfortunate. It looked as though another argument had taken place while Quark and Dio were fighting. Whatever it had been about, it appeared to have resolved itself. The past is the past. There's no point in complaining about it. I'll just have to try and get those points back in the next AB game. Zero, when does the next round start? What makes you think we'll be having another round? Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, there's likely a round 2. Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round. Yeah, I guess you've got a point. You're right, there will be a second round. When? I don't know. Why not? The voting happens when an AB gate opens. They're already open. Right, you are. So let me just close them. The ambidex gates have been closed. Round 2 of the ambidex game will be the moon round. Moon cards will be required to open the gates. Moon cards? Does that mean we can't use these cards anymore since they've got suns on them? Yes, indeedy. Now you'll have to look for cards with moons on them. So, how many times do we play the AB game? I don't know. As many times as you need to. It's anybody's guess, any bunny's guess, how long it'll go. But I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the number 9 door. So it's over when someone gets 9 BP. Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on. Of course, you could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where everybody just keeps going back and forth, winning and losing points. After all, if there's no bunny with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3 and 4 and round 5. Round 100, round 2000, you might even go all the way up to round 24,909,4,897. Although I really, really hope it doesn't come to that. Hey, can I ask you something? I don't know. Can you? There's rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right? Like, you have to have 3 people exactly? Yeah, so? Well, what about the number 9 door? Are the rules the same? Nope. There aren't any rules about how many people can go through the 9 door. It could be 1 person or 2 people or even all 9 of you. There is one thing though, Siggy. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors. Maybe it's not 100% true? What? What do you mean? Well, you can open the door with just 1 or 2 people if you want. That's not what you told us. Well, I didn't want to make things complicated. Then explain it now. Just use the bracelets. What? How? There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors. It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's scanning the people. So, it's scanning the bracelets then? Ding, ding, ding! As long as the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets, it doesn't matter how many people there are. But, wait, hold on a minute. Do these things even come off? Oh yes. They do indeed. Then how do I take it off? Well, there's 2 ways. The first is to get through the number 9 door and escape. As soon as you're out, the bracelet unlocks all by itself. What's the second way? Hey, Zero, wake up, will you? What's the second way? Oh, Theo, I think you already know. What? Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet? Of course I do. Oh, well, I see. It's easy. Nothing to it, really. You die. Dum, 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 dum. Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses. You know what an electrocardiogram is, right? Technically... Oh, hang on. Technically, it's a machine that graphs the electrical current flowing from the myocardium. But you probably know it as the thing in the hospital with the light that goes beep, 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 beep when someone dies on a TV show. Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that, and they're always watching. So when that signal goes away, the lock on the bracelet releases, right? Yep. So there you go. The second way. Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off. Apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelets off. If you try something harebrained, like trying to break them or something, you'll be disobeying the rules. I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that. But, if you're lucky, you might get to see a few of them come off during the next round. Oops. I guess it's not going to be very lucky for some of you, huh? Next round. Yep. What do you mean? Well, do I have to explain everything? Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game. There, that's pretty clear, right? If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Tenmyouji, or alas, one or the other. Or it might be both of them. What? Why am I going to die? I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalised, just like when you break the rules. I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is. You mean the needles in our bracelets are going to activate and we'll die? Correct, Ziggy. Full marks. So, Fi had been right. But how had she known before Zero told us? I see. Alice and I only have 1 BP. That means that we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points. What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about it earlier? Sorry. Sorry's not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them. Well... Is there anything else you've conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game without explaining all the rules. I think it's fair. After all, it's not like anybody else knew. Right? Right, Fido? Yeah. I guess so. It took a moment to go over everything in my head. The AB game would continue until someone opened the 9 doors. The number 9 door. There were no rules about how many people could or couldn't pass through the number 9 door. That meant it was possible for everyone to escape. The secondary chromatic doors would be opened by any number of people so long as they had the right bracelets. The bracelet would only unlock under 2 conditions: if you left the building or if your heart stopped. If your BP hit 0, the needles in your bracelet would activate, killing you. Oh. One last thing. The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3. Red, blue and green. That means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta and yellow. But wait, you've already got those bracelets. Have a look. The colour's changed, hasn't it? Yeah, it did change. Mine changed from red to cyan. Me too. Mine's cyan now. Mine too! Oh, and also, it's not pair anymore, it's solo. Wait! I guess the colours aren't the only thing that's changed. It switched from pair to solo. Interesting. You're right. Mine switched from solo to pair. Mine is now a solo as well. Looks like mine's changed too. I've gone from solo to pair. I'm still a pair. The three of us seem to be magenta now as well. I'm yellow, and it says solo. Phi and D are yellow now too, right? Yeah. Looks like I'm a pair. When did they change? Back when the AB gates closed. As soon as the gates close, your colours get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's totally random. No rules or anything. Now, with all that explained, I must bid you adieu. Sadly, we may never meet again. What? Well, it's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore. I mean, you guys are good for me, right? I'll never see you guys again. Did you really think I was gonna cry? Yeah. Suckers! As if I'd cry over you dummies. What the? You fucking dick. You mad? Anyway, good luck. I may be gone, but I'm always watching. Maybe I'll see you again someday. Have a nice tragedy. Alright. That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped. That sounds gross. I don't really want to think about that. So, what happens now? We've still got a while until the chromatic doors open. Yeah, it looks about, like about 42 minutes. We should go and see if we can find any other exits. Maybe there's a vent or a disposal chute or something. If there's a chance Zero missed something. I concur. There's no point in standing around. We lose nothing by looking, and if we find nothing, we can always return and go through the chromatic doors. Let's split up. 5 minutes would give us a good half hour or so. Let's meet in front of the chromatic doors 5 minutes before they open then. Any objections? There were none. After some nods and mumbling, they split up and moved off to investigate. I was the only person who stayed behind. Damn. How the hell did I end up here? Why? Why me? Try as I might, I couldn't think of anything I'd done that could have landed me in Zero's game. I hadn't pissed anyone off, or at least not this bad. I didn't owe anybody any money, and my family certainly wasn't rich. If anyone was hoping to get a fat ransom payout from me, they're going to be very disappointed. Obviously, I wasn't some kind of genius. Nor was I an Olympic athlete, and I certainly hadn't been chosen by God to fulfill some great purpose on his earth. Or hers. Well, at least if I was, I didn't know it yet. Had I started a fight with a frightening and mysterious new religion? No. Had I hacked into some terrorist group's server? No. Had I witnessed an assassination? No. Had I gotten wasted and had a one-night stand with the mistress of a prominent politician? Well, yes, but it was just that one time. And she was the one who went after me. Anyway, I was just an ordinary college student. If there was a reason I'd been abducted and put in the nonary game, I sure couldn't see it. Why was this happening to me? I thought back to what I'd been doing right before I was taken. The memories were still a bit blurry, but they were there. Let's have a little think about it. December the 25th, 2028. Early morning, California desert. The moon was beautiful. I just finished writing a paper due that day and was heading to my car for the research building. From the research building, the parking lot was empty and a bright moon cast sharp shadows across the chilly pavement. Last time I'd looked at the clock, it had said it was 2 in the morning, which meant that today was Christmas Day. So why was I at school typing away feverishly on Christmas? Well, there were 3 reasons. First, my home computer had suddenly decided to eat shit. When I hit the power button, I just got nothing. I didn't have the time to spend all night troubleshooting the stupid thing, so I headed back to the campus to use one of the school machines. Second, the professor in charge of my research group was a Buddhist. Christmas didn't appear to have any sort of significance to him, and part of me couldn't shake the thought that he was trying to make some kind of point. Third, my girlfriend had broken up with me a week before. I'm sorry. I don't think we should see each other anymore. Goodbye. All I'd got was that one cold email. Try as I might, I couldn't even get in touch with her. Of course, that meant I wouldn't be attending the party we'd been planning on going to. Somehow I didn't think drinking by myself around a bunch of happy couples would really be a good idea. At any rate, I'd stayed up all night to finish my paper, and emailed it off to my professor before the sun began to rise. As I walked across the parking lot, I felt light. Perhaps it was the relief of finishing my paper, or perhaps it was the 5 energy drinks I'd chugged to stay awake. Perhaps it was both. I slid into my car and stuck the key into the ignition after only 2 tries. I twisted the key. Nothing happened. Huh? I jiggled the key in the slot and tried again. Gong, and again. And again. Uh-oh. On the 5th try, the engine made an odd creaking noise, like metal on metal, and fell silent. God damn it. You stupid piece of shit. I screamed and pounded on the steering wheel, but nothing worked. The console was about to get a visit from my fist when... Huh? What is that? The hell is this? Why is my car smoking? I clawed at the door, and for a moment I thought that it was just my panic and lack of sleep that were keeping me from opening it. It wasn't long before I realized the truth. Shit, the child lock. Open, goddammit. What was going on? My mind was racing, trying desperately to puzzle out what was happening through a haze of fear and caffeine-fueled neuron misfires. That was when I saw it. Just a glimpse in the rearview mirror, but I was certain there was someone behind my car. I spun around as fast as a very tired college student sitting in a car can. There he is. Hello. Why would he be wearing that outside the car? I guess to just hide his face. Who's there? My vision started to swim as the smoke filled the car. The more of it I inhaled, the heavier my body felt, and I could already feel the world starting to go dark. The last of my strength failed, and I collapsed sideways into the passenger seat. My eyes slowly drooped closed. When they opened again, I was in the AB room with Phi. Why is this happening to me? I spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. I figured I deserved a little, at least a little self-pity. But even I knew that brooding and whining wasn't going to get me anywhere. Like Kay had said, we needed to be at least try and find another way out. So I shook my head to clear it, stood up straight, and headed off. Oh shit, where should we go? Lounge? Infirmary? Well, we've not been to these two, so infirmary. Infirmary. How's it going? You guys find anything? Hello, Mr. Sigma. Nothing yet. Oh. Well, Alice Clover and I did go over this room quite thoroughly. I doubt you'll find any hidden hallways here. Why are you back here then? Well, I was concerned about the lady you found. Who would do such a horrible thing? Given what we know so far, you're the most likely candidate. Bye, please. Why would I kill this woman? Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the evidence points to you right now. If we find more evidence in the future, that could change. Have we had a split already? The only split that we've had was choosing ally, right? Or was that this one? Oh, so what was this split? Okay, that was probably the three rooms. We were so busy earlier that I never got to ask, but do any of you know who she is? Beats me. I've never seen her before. I don't know her either. Neither do I. Well, I suppose I might have known her before I lost my memories, but there's no way to know, is there? 7? You still can't remember anything? No. Not even a little, unfortunately. You better be telling the truth about this amnesia stuff. Are you suspicious of me too, Sigma? Suspicious? Have you looked in a mirror lately? You might as well have suspicious tattooed across your forehead. If someone really ran into you in the street at night, they'd probably pass out from fright. If someone did. Or maybe even during the day. Oh. I'm so sorry. I apologize for my frightening appearance. Well, it's not really something you need to apologize for. I mean, it's not your fault, right? No, I suppose not. Well, I assume not. But what? I'm not sure why, but none of this feels particularly strange. The mask and suit, I mean. In a way, it almost feels natural. I don't feel as though I was forced into it. Are you saying this is how you always look? No, I don't think that's it. This might be a pretty obvious question, but... Oh, this might be a pretty obvious question, but is there any way for you to take it off? No. I've tried several times to no avail. I honestly don't even know where to start. But there is something I'd like to ask of you. There are parts of the suit I can't see. Could you have a look and tell me if perhaps there's a switch or something similar? With no further warning, he removed his robe and turned his back to us. It took no time at all to find something of interest. There's a hole here on the back of your head. Hole? Yeah, looks like you insert something. It says open, so maybe if you put some kind of key in there. You could open up the suit and take the mask off. I see. That's excellent news. We just need to find whatever it is that goes in there, then. Yeah.
Thank you. I feel somewhat relieved. I was beginning to fear I might have to spend the rest of my life like this.
Wait. A minute ago you said that it felt natural.
It does. But that doesn't mean I want to stay in it forever. Imagine having glasses, for instance. Wearing them doesn't feel strange, but you'd hardly want to wear them all the time forever, would you? That's what wearing this suit is like. Alright, let's look at the ceiling for a sec. Well, I think that's enough about me. Should we move to the next room now?
No, there's still might be something here. I'm staying. Me too.
I see. Well then, I'll move ahead and see how our companions are doing. What do you intend to do?
I think I'll be moving along too.
Where do you plan to go?
Let's go to the crew quarters. I was thinking I might go over to the crew quarters.
Very well. I shall head to the lounge then, until we meet again. Excuse me.
Kay's robe flowed silently around him as he turned to leave. I made my way out of the infirmary behind him. Blink, 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 blink. Dio in here, maybe? Alice? Luna? Huh. So these are the crew quarters, huh? Oh, Sigma. What are you doing here? Hey, come on, man. Don't be like that. We aren't enemies, are we? Huh. I wonder. What happened to you, Tenmyouji? You've been acting weird ever since we found that body. You think so? What? You sure it ain't just all in your head? Fine. Let's move on to something else then. Ewan Quark. Is he your grandkid? Why do you want to know? Why? Well, I mean, why do you think? He keeps calling you Grandpa. Of course I'm going to wonder what the deal is. We all got kidnapped and brought here apparently for no reason. Now they're making us all pay some sort of weird game. Play some sort of weird game. I'm just trying to find a little meaning in all this nonsense. That's it. So tell me, Tenmyouji. Are you really Quark's grandpa? Oh. Clover. Luna. Sigma, where'd you come from? Did you not want me here? No, it's okay, I guess. I just thought Tenmyouji was the only other person here. This is the crew quarters. I came here with Clover and Tenmyouji. We decided we'd split up to investigate. Huh. Makes sense. So, you find anything? 0. What? Which one? No, I mean I found 0 things. What about you? Anything suspicious? I didn't find anything either. Although, I guess you could say this whole facility is suspicious. Yeah, you got a point there. So I guess you found everything. So who do you think... why do you think 0 put all these puzzles and stuff all over the place? Well, maybe solving all of these puzzles is part of the nonary game. Really? I thought the nonary game was a couple rounds of the AB game. Why would he need the puzzles and stuff then? Well, what is the nonary game then? Why is 0 making us do all this? Well, this is just speculation, but maybe it's for entertainment so rich, powerful people can watch. Entertainment? Yes. They're probably off in an opulent theatre, watching us struggle while they drink brandy and eat caviar. You think so, huh? So some rich bastard killed her off for kicks? What kind of a death is that?
Well, maybe her dying didn't have anything to do with the rest of the game.
No. Kay was right. If her dying wasn't part of all this, the rabbit would have said something. What we get? Nothing. Just tells us to keep playing and disappears. I can only think of one reason he'd do that. Murdering her was always part of Zero's plans. If you could think of another way all this fits, well, I'd love to hear it.
So you're saying that Zero Senior is the one who murdered the old lady?
Well, it sure looks that way.
That means there's a 7. There's a 7 in 1 chance. Anybody could be the murderer. Wait. 7? Well, Alice and I can't be Zero. Okay. I'll let the I part go, but you're going to have to give me a little to convince me Alice can't be Zero. What? Come on. Alice and I know each other. Well, how do you know each other? I guess you could say we're co-workers? And where do you co-work? An organisation. That's kind of vague. What kind of organisation? That's... I can't tell you. What? What do you mean you can't tell us? I mean, I can't tell you. Just forget about it, okay? Why can't you tell us? Because it's confidential. I promised I wouldn't tell. Oh, come on. Don't give me that. Look around you, Clover. Really think this is the time for playing it close to the chest? Yeah. What if the people you work for have something to do with what's going on here? Yeah. You're right. Maybe I should tell you. But I'm not gonna. Finally. Sorry, but I just don't really trust you guys. I mean, what if one of you is Zero? It could be any of you. Sorry. Anyway, I think that's enough about me and Alice. I just don't really feel like I can trust you guys. Maybe if that changes, then I can tell you. So, I guess I'll go now. Go? Where are you going? I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. Then I'll be going too. Fine. There she goes. So, Tenmyouji.
Save it. I don't trust you any more than she does.
In other words, you aren't going to tell me anything, are you?
Sorry.
Alright. All we found is that people have secrets. I left Tenmyouji and headed back to the hallway. There were so many questions I wanted answers to, but it was looking like I'd have to suffer in ignorance for a while longer. Besides, there were plenty of more immediate problems that needed my attention. I sighed and filed my questions away to be dealt with later. I needed to focus. There was only one room I hadn't visited yet. There we go. Off I go. I figured that we wouldn't do this room, but I guess seeing as we're having interesting conversations. Oh, Sigma. Perfect timing. You were here earlier, right? Yeah, I was. Fi, Luna and I were the first into this room. Did you find anything suspicious? Like a secret pathway or something? You really think that's the kind of detail I would have neglected to mention? Anything else then? Anything out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary? Well, I mean, everything about this room is out of the ordinary. How about this? Isn't that obvious? It's an astronomy magazine. Apparently it's got an article about a lunar eclipse. It says it's going to happen on December 31st, 2028.
This New Year's Eve, then?
Yeah. 6 days from now.
Wait. What did you say? What do you mean 6 days?
Well, today's Christmas, right? So... Wait a minute. When were you grabbed?
Didn't you hear me on Christmas? About 2 or 3 in the morning. Wait, did they pick you up on a different day?
Yeah.
I was abducted in the middle of the night on December 22nd.
What about you? I think it was the 20th.
Then we were all taken on different days.
Does that mean we were just sleeping until the nonary game? Why is that so hard to say? Until the nonary game started. I guess I'm getting tongue-tied. It's a long episode. Maybe they kept us on Sopril 4 drip or something. IV drip 4. On a Sopril 4... on a Sopril IV drip or something. My brain's fried.
In theory, you could have everyone wake up at the same time if you get the dosage right. Then today might not even be the 25th. I think that's likely.
Yeah, some of us were probably abducted after you.
Oh. Well, I guess that explains why I feel kind of dizzy. You too. I felt disoriented since I woke up. My body doesn't feel right.
Maybe it's because we were asleep for so long. Your muscles start to atrophy if you don't use them.
Then... what day is today?
Beats me.
I have no idea.
Well, what about you guys? Was there anything interesting in the crew quarters or the infirmary? No, nothing in the quarters. Well, there was a book about a cat.
A cat?
Yeah. Something about a cat in a box and whether it's dead or alive. Oh, what's that called again? Schrodinger's cat? Or is that Schrodinger the dog saliva thing? Didn't make any sense to me though. Well, it doesn't really sound like something that's going to help us get out of here. Yeah, I didn't think so either. Was it the woman in the fourth one? She was like in a state of being alive or dead. How about the infirmary? Find anything interesting?
Well, actually, there was one thing.
What?
I wasn't trying to hide it. The right moment to mention it just never came up. You don't need to apologize, just tell us what you found. Well, I found this knife with all blood on it. See for yourself.
Oh. It's a newspaper article, it looks like.
Yeah, it was in the safe in the infirmary.
Let me see that. Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities.
What the hell? What's Radical 6? Just read the article.
I swallowed and began to read. The Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed. The death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised. It sounds familiar. Radical 6. Do you think we're in a quarantine facility? You mean you think we got infected with this Radical 6 thing? Come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, we don't know anything for sure. But look at us, we seem pretty healthy.
Admittedly, I don't know what the symptoms of Radical 6 are. But if it's killing people worldwide, they must be horrific. Now, just look at this. Soft, lustrous skin. This perfect shapely face. Does this beauty look like something infected with an awful disease? You want to touch it, don't you, boy? I can see it in your eyes. Go on. Try. Well, I am feeling a little weird. That could just be from sleeping for a couple of days. Or maybe it's a side effect of that drug. Besides, if this is where the ship if this is where they ship people to quarantine them, don't you think there aren't enough people? This thing is killing people all over the world, right? So why would there only be 9 of us here? Yeah, I guess you have a point. Think about it. Zero is forcing us to play this nonary game. Why would the government quarantine people and then make them play a game? Also a good point. Yes, it is. So you're saying there's no connection between our abductions and this virus? Probably not. Well, it's still something we should remember, I suppose. I mean, even if we're safe in here, our friends and families are still out there. That's true. I hope they're alright. Wait a minute. When did this virus actually show up? I've never heard of it before. Neither have I. Me either. So what day is it? If this Radical 6 killed hundreds of thousands of people while we were asleep, just how long have we been in here for? I don't think you'll be able to just puzzle that out. If we want the truth, we need to find more information. Yeah, well, doesn't look like we're going to have time for that. 4 minutes. Shit, we're late. Yeah. Alright then. We should hurry. Bam, 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 bam. Open. Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close. You're late. What the hell were you doing? Sorry. That's not good enough. You realize we could die here, right? Hey, whoa, calm down there, girl. I made it in time. Barely. We've only got 5 minutes left. You're a yellow pair. Who do you think your partner is? Gee, I wonder. Ugh. You son of a... Come now, Fi. Please calm down. Fighting now helps no one. He's right, you know. The doors have already opened. We need to hurry up and figure out our teams. Gah. What do I do to deserve this asshole? So, how should we pair up? We're almost out of time. I'll just explain it as fast as I can. Just like before, there are only 3 possible combinations. The options Fi laid out for us were the following. Option A. Alice and I, Cian, would pair up with Luna Yellow and go through the green door. Tenmyouji and Quark, Magenta, would pair up with Clover, Cian, and open the blue door. I see. V and Dio, Yellow, would pair up with K, Magenta, and open the red door. Option B. Alice and I, Cian, would pair up with K, Magenta, and go through the blue door. Tenmyouji and Quark, Magenta, would pair up with Luna, Yellow, and open the red door. Phi and Dio, Yellow, would pair up with Clover, Cyan, and open the green door. Option C. Alice and I, Cyan, and Clover, Cyan, would pair up and go through the red door. Tenmyouji and Quark, Magenta, would pair up with K, Magenta, and open the green door. Phi and Dio, Yellow, would pair up with Luna, Yellow, and open the blue door. "3 minutes remain until chromatic doors close." Alright, so what are we doing?
I'm not pairing up with K. He looks too ridiculous.
Oh, why not?
We'd end up playing against each other in the next AB game. Last time you betrayed Clover. How am I supposed to know you won't do the same to me? You can't be trusted.
How unfortunate. To be honest, however, I would rather not go with you either.
Yeah?
Why is that? You stink a piss. Well, you only have one BP left. I very much doubt you'll choose to ally in the next round. Even if you promised me you would choose to ally, I'd be in an undesirable situation. You see, I wouldn't be able to choose betray. There's a missing B. I wouldn't able to choose. If I did and you were true to your word and allied, then I would kill you. So there you are. That's why I do not wish to be paired with Tenmyouji. Of course, for the same reason, I'd rather not be paired with Alice. That's not a problem. Sigma and I will be taking Clover. I trust her more than any of the rest of you.
Yep. I want to go with Alice too.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't I get a say in this? I would like to go with Sigma or Phi. They chose Ally last time. Oh, I like the sound of that. I'm Phi's partner. You should pair up with us. Sound good?
No.
I am also opposed to that choice.
If Alice and Clover pair up, and Luna and Dio pair up, the rest of us don't have a choice. We'll be stuck with Phi's option C.
I believe I mentioned before that I do not wish to be paired with Tenmyouji.
And I don't want to go with K either.
Then what the hell are we supposed to do? 1 minute remains until chromatic doors close. What? What's going on with Quark?
It's all over. This is it. We're all going to die.
Are you alright?
No. No, that's not it. Don't you get it? We aren't going to die. We have to die. We have to die here. All of us. What the hell? Snap out of it, kid. Come on, Quark, talk to me. No, I'm fine. You're the crazy ones. Getting so serious about this stupid game. We should just stop. End this. End all of it. End everything.
We need to get him to the infirmary. No, we don't have time. 30 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
We don't have a choice. Quark's with me. I'll carry him through.
But we still haven't figured out who's going where.
I can't afford to be picky anymore. Someone just choose, I don't care who.
Sigma, you have to choose. What? Why me? Please, just do it. We don't have any time left. 9, 8. Oh, it's the announcer. 9, 8, 7. I swallowed hard. I swallowed. Didn't swallow hard. Alice and I will... What are we going to pick? Well, I guess find out next time on Borderline Games. It's a good time to end it. It's got a nice cliffhanger feel to it to me. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Virtue's Last Reward, and I will see you next time on Borderline Games. Have a good evening. I'll see you later. Boy, boy.